so nervous, yo. I feel like I and I won't relax until I see it pop up over here on the other screen because all sorts of things just started freezing up right before we started. So hang on. Let's take a look here. Okay, I see myself. Whew. It's just weird. We've had some weird things happening here with the at the mic setup here in the last 5 minutes behind the scenes. So looks like we're okay. All right, everyone can exhale. Okay, so reminder, last week we started doing a live stream on Thursdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. Welcome to the Friday live stream. So grateful that you're here. Truly, we need to just have some fun. There's a lot of fun stuff in the stack today. But we do the deep dive now. Thursdays at 2 p.m. Eastern right here at youtube.com/atthemic or on my Twitter page at Keith Malinak. Good luck spelling it. Well, chances are you're watching it there. So guess you got there. Congratulations. So coming up on this Thursday's deep dive, we're going to talk about ghost hunting with Tom Carr. I can't wait for that conversation because I can go either way on the whole issue of ghosts. So we're going to hash it out. We're going to talk it through and see where we land coming up on Thursday. Don't forget, please pray for Daguerre Bear and his family. Had a family emergency come up just before yesterday's live stream. We will reschedule that discussion on central bank digital currencies. Very important conversation that we need to have in depth. You don't need me faking it for a conversation. So I'm going to get him on here when things settle down in his world. But please send out your prayers for him and his family. A week from today on the Friday live stream at 2 p.m. Eastern, exactly 7 days from now, Tim Young and Alex Spencer will be my guests here. And I'll tell you, today I have a couple of guests that, well, first of all, I've confused the issue because I have invited two Brads to the show, and I've got to figure out how to address the. Look at this. They dress the same.
We look like we could be brothers, except he's younger and more virile looking, and all the other good stuff.
Okay, so we're both wearing.
I remember
two Brad S's, no less.
Yeah,
Brad S with the hat, with the beard, with the black shirt. I'm just not wearing a watch, so.
Oh man, I just realized I was seeing you for a second there. I was seeing you and then it all went haywire. I think it's
this is part of the technical issues that we're having. Is Brad can't see 5 times August, right. Brad.
It might be the restraining order.
Might be the restraining order. So the computer just knows. So one of the interesting things here, as you can see, and by the way, both of you guys are returning customers here. You've landed back here. And Brad Staggs, this has got to be your probably 20th. We've done about a dozen of these, and you've been on 20 of them. So I thank you for that.
Do I get one of those like a YouTube plaque with a little player thingy in it? I think I should get something like that.
Let me work. Let me work on something here. I'm gonna get you a nice little thing.
At least use a new Sharpie.
No, I did a dry erase for this one. Thank you, Brad.
So we can erase it later.
Right.
There you go.
And give it to somebody else. Brad.
I'll give this to you later.
I'll never wash my hands again.
So, not that you have. So, right. Okay. You guys, thank you for making time. And Brad Staggs, by the way, other Brad. See, I'm avoiding pronouncing your last name because I'll screw it up. 5 times August, Brad. I guess I'm just going to call you 5 during today's Friday live stream because I otherwise it's going to get really confusing. So I want to point out that Brad Staggs, when he agreed to be a part of this, and he has no recollection of this, he was probably drinking, but when he agreed to be a part of this, he thought it was just going to be a regular Friday. But it turns out you're still traveling. I am bothering you for this on your vacation. I'm so sorry.
I'm technically not really traveling. I'm here. I'm back in the studio. It's just that before I left, I tore it all out.
Oh, really?
Thinking that I'd have some time when I got back to put it all together. And then I forgot.
Hold on. So you got home 3 seconds ago, quite honestly.
Yep.
I'm sorry, because so I did a Drinks with Keith 2 nights ago on the back patio, and you dialed in from Pahrump, Nevada. You were at the gravesite of one Art Bell, radio legend.
Wasn't that wild?
Pioneer in the industry. That and you just randomly did you know I was doing the live stream?
No.
Or so that is awesome.
No.
So it worked out perfectly. And then when we hung up, I mapped Pahrump to Dallas, and I was like, that's 18 hours and 33 minutes he has to drive in 2 days. What the hell? That's not happening.
Oh wow.
I thought you were at a pizzeria, but it turns out you're just at a gutted Mojo studio.
Yeah. There's a bunch of wires and stuff, but not much else.
Thank you for that. And by the way, if people want to check out, I have a banner here. Hang on a second. This right here, right? thedailymojo.com.
I can see Brad again.
So when I put something on the screen, so as long as I leave something on the screen, you can see Mr.
That's
5
weird.
times August. Okay, very good.
That's wild.
So thedailymojo.com, people can catch you Monday through Friday over there, and you do a Saturday morning thing with our buddy Jeffy.
Yep.
And so tomorrow, are you doing that?
Yep.
Oh gosh, when are you gonna sleep, man? Is it on? Can people go to thedailymojo.com to tune into that?
That's actually realsaturdaymorninglive.com.
Oh, that's right. Hold on, I might have a banner for that too. Hang on.
The URL, because the URL was cheaper than SaturdayMorningLive.com.
So realsaturdaymorninglive.com. Okay, and
it was like $20, and the other one was like 20,000.
No, thank you. And Mr. 5 times August, I didn't make a banner for you. I feel like such a slacker. I'm sorry. What do you got going on? I mean, you're constantly making music and speaking your mind through song, and we're so grateful for your voice out there. What's the latest thing that you're working on, man?
I'm about to put out a new single in 2 weeks called Liars, Cheats, and Crooks, and I'm excited about it. I worked with some really cool guys on it. I worked with producer Greg Camp. He was in the band Smash Mouth, and he's in a band now called The Defiant, which is a super group of guys that got kicked out of their bands for not getting the shot. Another guy from that band, Pete Parada, he's on drums. He was in The Offspring, and now he's in The Defiant as well. So I got him on the track, and then Mark White from the Spin Doctors is on bass. So I've got like my own little super group for this.
I was gonna say it's your free thinking super group.
Wait, those dudes got kicked out of those bands for not getting the jab?
Yeah, can you believe that? Like 20, 25 years, 30 years together, and then sorry, you're not gonna get the shot. You're out. Isn't that unbelievable?
Wow, that blows my mind.
Yeah.
Absurd.
That's wild.
Absurd.
That is really bizarre.
So 5. I don't want you to really. I tell you, it's going to be confusing.
I want to be if he gets to be 5. I want to be 7 of 9.
Okay,
let's make it more confusing.
All right. So I don't want you to reveal private conversations. So if you can't say this, let me know. But I just wonder if any of the members of these bands that were pressuring these guys to get the jab, have any of them come back and said, hey, sorry, boy, we really effed that up. I'm sorry. Can you come back? Or is this no?
I don't think so. I mean, you'd have to ask them personally, but it doesn't seem like it, based on conversations I've had. I mean, I've spent the last several years, if you follow me on Twitter, on X, then like I've called out so many musicians on the way they behaved during COVID. Mm-hmm. And they either block me or they don't respond, but nobody has made that turnaround and been like, oh man, I really messed up. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
I just,
it's nuts.
Noticed the other day.
When did counterculture become so conformed? What the hell happened?
You know what? I forgot who said this. I don't know if this was original thought, if I heard this somewhere, but I remember several years back before COVID, and the thought was, you're going to be, if you start quoting the founding fathers or praising Thomas Jefferson, I mean, you're going to be the rebel. I mean, here we are, honestly. But I got a notice on Spotify the other day that informed me that Counting Crows was coming to town near you. And, I haven't been to a concert. I mean, it's no longer accurate. But at that time in 2021, we hadn't been to a concert in, I forgot what it was, maybe 17 years. I think that's, yeah. And and I thought, no, because I bought tickets to see Counting Crows in Irving, Texas, and the venue was like, if you're not vaxxed, sorry, you can't show up here.
Yeah.
And I could have gotten a fake vax card and just gone in and enjoyed myself, blah, blah, blah. But I got to think, no, I don't want them to think this is okay. And then all of a sudden it becomes normalized. And all of a sudden we have a society where you are fully expected to, whether it's real or not, show up with a card that says that you're allowed to be there. Here's your papers, please. Right. And instead I didn't go. And, screw you. If you're not going to stand up for your paying customers and for what's right, quite frankly, then I'm never going to even try to go to one of your concerts again.
Right.
Anyway. Here we are.
Yeah, that was the standard for a lot of venues, and no artists stood up to that. No artists were if that Live Nation, that was their standard. You had to be have a shot or be test negative before you went or something like that, and no artists stood up to that. And that if you followed, my last song was called Ain't No Rock and Roll. I called out all these guys because these are my heroes. These were all the guys I looked up to, hoping that they were going to say something, throughout that time. And they didn't. In fact, many of them, I think speaking of concerts, the last major concert I went to was 5 years ago today. I saw Paul McCartney. I took my parents, and that was a big bummer, was seeing him online, because he was like, be cool, get the shot. And, he's sitting there with his sleeve rolled up. And I'm like, no. Come on. Like, that's not even cool, dude.
Right. So,
yeah.
I think Travis Tritt, didn't he stand up? And that might have been it, man. Right? Maybe some people in the chat.
There were a handful of guys. You had some country artists, Travis Tritt, John Rich. You had Eric Clapton spoke up after he took the shot. You had Van Morrison, actually made a couple of albums with some pretty direct songs on there. I'm surprised he didn't get more pushback than he did. But, mainstream artists, very, very few. You had a lot more indie guys that aren't attached to labels speaking up, because we're not tethered to anything. So it's been crazy. And then it's affected the way that I listen to, a lot of that music. I have all these records behind me and stuff. Some artists are hard to listen to now.
There. I was thinking,
I wanted to put a banner up so he could still see you.
I was thinking maybe Kid Rock, but Kid Rock has he has a tweet that says, if the vaccine was the worst thing I have ever put in my body, I probably would not have got it. What does that even mean?
He's trying to be cool and admit that he got the shot. Can I just say I've updated your award, Brad Staggs?
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Hey, I want to point out something here. The very first comment of the day here in the live chat before we got started was from Off My Lawn. Look at that. Brad Staggs, you make Off My Lawn giggle.
Kiki. I love Kiki.
And, it's Kiki?
That's Kiki. And we had lunch together.
That's what I was going to ask you. You were just in Hawaii.
In Maui, yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
And saw them.
It's 8 a.m. in Honolulu right now, watching the live stream.
The time changes. I don't, and Kiki will watch the Daily Mojo live, and I don't know how she does it, because like 2 a.m. over there.
Oh my gosh! Oh no, thank you. Okay, gentlemen, as I am wont to do before we do a live stream, I catch up on your Twitter feeds. So what we're gonna do now is, if I can do this without screwing this up, share screen. I'm so deliberate because it's so impossible. Is that showing up there? Okay. So 5 Times August tweets out, my son and his neighborhood buddy are currently killing it with their summer lemonade stand up at the local pool. Elementary school entrepreneurship for the win. I was very excited to see that. I love it. I love it. I love it. Anytime we're raising young capitalists, that's a good thing. But then I got to thinking, wait a minute, it's 2024. It's not our childhoods. Have you had any, because you posted this 3 days ago, has there been any pushback from local authorities? Anybody bust up this lemonade stand ring? Everything good? Everything cool?
Everything's good so far. I'm worried, like it's one of those things where like I don't even know how they started doing it. They've been out there like every day. This morning they weren't allowed to go over there because of the other kid's dad was doing stuff. So they asked if they could mow my lawn. So it's like, sure.
Wow.
So they're after it. They're going after it. But yeah, their lemonade stand, they take a wagon up to the pool. They set up a table. They've got a little cardboard thing they hold for the cars driving by. And I went up to check on them, and they probably had like, I don't know, I was just stopping up there to see how things were going for maybe 5 minutes. They had like 3 cars stop in that amount of time. Just some of them just giving them money just for being out there, not even awesome. Buying the lemonade, just supporting what they're doing. And it's great to see that. I feel blessed to live in a good neighborhood where, I feel like the kids are safe. We got good neighbors and good encouraging neighbors, like-minded community of people. So hopefully nobody comes up and ruins the thing, because then I have to charge up there like a pissed off father and
right.
What the hell are you doing? It's a lemonade stand. Like, right. I really hope I don't have to have that conversation.
See, and I wonder if it's because the 3 of us all live in Metro Dallas Fort Worth. I wonder if we were having this conversation, if your kids had started that lemonade stand in another part of the country. In fact, it feels like here in Texas, it wasn't that long ago that something got busted and maybe they passed a law or something. That's ringing a bell with me. Maybe somebody can do my job for me and Google that. But I feel like
when I moved to Dallas and was over there at the Blaze, I remember it was some kid had just gotten busted by the cops, because we remember that big poster we had in the hallway of the cops and the lemonade stand, the little girl.
Vaguely do, yeah. And that was, I think, City of Dallas, right?
I think so.
City of something.
It's just insane.
I'm actually, I made a meme I think it was like a year or 2 ago about lemonade stands, because remember the IRS was recruiting a whole bunch of like people. Like, it was like they were recruiting stormtroopers to go after anybody that made over $600 or something like that. Yes. And some story about how they were broadening their militia, and I made a joke about that. Yeah.
But and that's just it. There's so much. They overwhelm us with so much stuff like that we forget about it. Or at least speaking for myself, like in that case, I'm like, yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah, it's like there's no room in there with all the stuff that they purposefully overwhelm us with. And I will say, though, that during the eclipse, my youngest daughter and I, we sold those glasses that you can stare at the sun with, and paid $20 total for glasses. I believe that's what it ended up being. And sold the whole lot of them for, I think it was $100. So I made a nice profit. But when we were standing out on the side of the road in a municipality, I saw a cop circle the block and come back, and I told her, put the sign away. Now people were snapping. They were
5-0, put it down.
What you got going on over here? You're not selling.
We were selling
sunglasses, are you?
Each $5 each, paid $1 each on Amazon, and I bought these things back in like January or something. So I was ready for this day, and And so the cop circles around, and then we quickly just kind of duck aside. And I'm like, okay, this is how you do it. The 5-0 leaves. We go right back out. And then we sold the very last pair, gentlemen. And we were putting the empty box of glasses and the sign in my truck and into the parking lot. Pulls in code enforcement. Screw you. I mean, this is madness. And so we just got, if we had been 10 seconds later, we would have been busted. But it's like, come on. What are we doing?
Who calls that stuff in?
The cop that went around the block and saw us. That's what happened.
Are you sure you didn't have a Gladys Kravitz in the neighborhood?
Let's see.
We've got a code 41046 tour. We got to get this dad and their daughter shut down. If I could get some backup over here. They appear to have sunglasses for the eclipse.
There might be some resistance, so I'm going to need some backup here.
That's when I got remember I got the warning on when I had my truck parked going the opposite way on my street.
Yes, I do.
And I got the
It confused me.
it's the fact. I mean, the street that the motel is on, you can't. I mean, it's one lane basically, so it's not like I'm on a 2-lane, 4-lane highway and park and have to go across 4 lanes of traffic. But it's faster to get out of the neighborhood if you're aimed at the leaving. And so I parked my truck going the wrong way and got the warning from the cop. You got to park
Are you for
legally.
real?
It's like, are you kidding me?
These are the important things.
And
It's become so finite, like these little things that's why we are in the situation we're in, because it keeps getting more and more finite to just obey and comply to this little thing here. It's like I think we were going to talk about this, you said, but the likes on Twitter, hiding likes and stuff.
I've got that tweet up here. I want to bring that up for sure. But before I forget though, here's what if your kids get in trouble with the local authorities for selling lemonade, or Brad, I'm sorry, 7 of 9. If you decide you want to park the opposite way than the traffic flow on the street, then what you do is you just knock over a statue, or you burn down a business.
That's a great idea.
And you
just
do
put
it in the
BLM on your window with shoe
right.
polish, and then you'll be all right.
That's right.
They'll leave you alone.
That's a great tip. I'm going to go do that now.
Hold on. So 5 times August. When you do get that song released as a single, is there going to be, because you spend so much time on these videos, is there going to be an accompanying video with this latest release?
Yeah, there will be. The trick now is like trying not to repeat myself. This next one actually is going to be, it's kind of a big compilation of, I combed through hours and hours and hours of old instructional educational films, like the American educational films from like the 50s that pretty much like, taught us about how to be aware of communism, all the way to how to approach a girl on a first date. This big swath of how to live your life, the American standard.
Those. That's cool.
And the amazing thing going through those videos actually is being like, it's crazy we spent that much effort like fighting the idea of communism invading the country, and then we just welcomed it in at the end of the day. And we're just like, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Like 60, 70 years of like, watch out for communism. Watch out. Here it comes. Okay, it's getting closer now. Hold on. And then we're just like, here it is. Okay.
Yeah.
And
the ones that gets beware the homosexuals. There are great videos.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Bob is a homosexual.
I got to see these. You got to.
Hysterical.
So be sure to send me when it gets released.
And duck and cover.
Send me what you got. And
nuclear bomb.
Yeah, I'll be
sure. What do you do? Duck and cover.
Yeah.
We will definitely play it on Pat Gray Unleashed with your permission, since we've been not getting permission. It's a long story, but my goodness, what a mess if you try to air anything these days.
You always have my permission.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I will say that one of the things we did here on the YouTube channel, if people haven't seen it, they're not aware, or if you want to go back and watch it, I did a 12-part series with Ed McRae, who is a Disney historian, a guru in that realm. And one of the videos he sent me, I can't remember if we talked about it on this 12-part series, one of the playlists here on the YouTube channel, but he sent me, and I watched it with the kids. It was great. It was Scrooge McDuck. It was about a 20-minute long video praising capitalism and how capitalism is this great thing to bring people out of poverty, make them wealthy. Anyway, so I'll try to post that on my timeline later. Let me make a note here before I forget. But let's see, Scrooge McDuck, capitalism. Okay, so one thing I wanted to talk to you about, and you just brought it up there 5 times, is the hiding of likes this week. And I figured it out for those that were following my my saga. Is I could not see when people liked it said, like, had 10 likes. It said 10 likes, but you couldn't click it and see who the 10 individuals were. And so what I've had to do is on my phone, I have bookmarked a web version of my Twitter page. So then I can go off the app and look in there and just see, hey, okay, here's who's liking it and stuff. And I think it's an Android thing because on the laptop, I can see everything fine. So if you have and mine's a Galaxy S Ultra, whatever the hell it is, S24, and for whatever reason, I can't see who likes my stuff. But you put a tweet out. Let me put that up there. This is your point there. If the point of hiding likes is to protect people from losing their job over social media activity, then you might as well hide their comments too. I thought this was genius. And their friends and followers lists. Or we can stop self-censoring, grow a pair, just be yourself, say what you want and like what you want and champion free speech instead of making excuses while we watch it die. Amen. I just thought this was, this sums it up perfectly.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Well, so here was my thought process was like, nobody was thinking about hiding their likes. Nobody had an issue. Nobody was thinking about it.
After you make your point, I figured out where this all stemmed from. I don't know if y'all are familiar, but make your point, and then I'll show you where this has been going on for over this whole process. I think has been going on for over a year. You'll see. Go ahead.
And then one day it becomes an issue, and I was just sort of like, this is just really dumb. Like, what's the point of it? And to my surprise, the whole thing was just like watching how many people all of a sudden be like, no, it's for our protection. It's to protect people. I'm like, you just went through 4 straight years of fighting censorship over things you didn't like. And now you're self-censoring over the things that you do like. What is the point here? But anyway, go ahead and explain yourself.
It's very weird. I'm with you 100% on this. So I wonder. So at first I thought, is this like putting duct tape on the bot problem? There's something that I don't understand. I will readily admit. I'm thinking, hey, is this have something to do with because when people start liking your tweets, then the bots come out of the woodwork. Hey, check out my profile for my boobies. You know? And
wait a minute, those are fake. I thought those girls all liked me.
all 2,000 Angelas.
I'm so disappointed all of a sudden. Damn it.
So now you got me all flustered. 7 of 9. So no, they're not real. I'm sorry to break that to you. I hate to be the one.
I'm very upset.
First of all, you're gonna need to be patient, Lyle. Okay? Yeah, you're gonna get some animal videos. Hang in there, bro. Hang in. Okay, so somebody, I don't know how I found this. I think I typed because I kept seeing. Are there people that are experiencing this along with me where they can't see the likes? And I think I figured out it's an Android thing.
I was going to say, because I can see the likes on Twitter.
You can see who's liking your stuff because people were trying to explain to me, no, it's people can't see what you like. And I'm like, you don't understand. And anyway, so I think it was unique. It's always me.
Wait a
it's
second.
just,
maybe I can't see the likes. I can see.
So here's what happened. As I was searching around, I stumbled into this tweet from May of 2023. And here it is. Maybe I can get it on the screen here. It's an old tweet about, hang on guys, I got so many things open up here. Boom. Okay, so I don't know who this guy is, Hurt Copain. He's talking about Elon Musk, because Elon apparently liked some weird I don't know what you call that, Japanese animation, whatever this is.
It's an art form.
Sure it is, yes. And so so he likes this, and somebody goes, there's no way he has 10 kids and is doing this. And then he puts, nah, likes are going to go private after this. And
there
so
you go.
Maybe this was just Elon protecting himself, and the rest of us came along for the ride. I think it should be optional, right? Come on now.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, that's the thing, though. It's like if the whole point is, because the one consistent response I've seen is like, no, it's because the left, gangs up and gets people fired over it. And it's like, well, if they're going after the thing that you like, then like I said in my comment, then and that goes away, then they're just going to go after what you've said and commented on. And if that goes away, then they're just going to go back and say, well, you're friends with this person. What does that mean? and
Right.
it doesn't stop, and we
If they
comply, and then it's
Yes.
just like,
if they want to destroy you, they'll figure out a way to
Yeah.
destroy you. It's that simple.
that's not going to help anything, and it's always under the disguise of like, it's to protect us, and people go,
You
it's
got Doc.
helping.
I thought
Yeah,
about
is
that
Doc
a
Kitty?
lot in the cat is like he was freaked out because we left for 2 weeks and he was all
And now,
so
now
he's
you're
very
ignoring
clingy.
him.
He's very clingy right now. I mean, you've never seen a cat be this much like a dog.
He missed you guys 2 weeks.
He freaked out that he thought that people were that no one was ever coming back for him again.
Well, no, you subjected him to Jeffy for 2
yes.
weeks. How could you trust that man with your house? I was just curious.
Well, the cat has been telling me stories about what happened, and I'm afraid that there might be some lawsuits. But
by the way, one last thought on the hidden likes here. I thought Encrusted Anchor made a good point. It's a honey trap. X will reverse this decision in like a week, and we'll have content for years looking at stuff people like when they thought it was private forever.
Yep.
Hey, Doc Kitty, what's going on?
Aww. Hey, you're about to see his butt.
No, I don't want to see his butt.
And there's his butt.
There it is.
Okay, so now let's look at some of 7 of 9's tweets here, if we could, because this one
really
here.
Done anything?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is. I was curious about this.
Oh, that one, yes.
Ouch. Okay.
It does. It does look like it would be painful.
It sure does. Let's get a closer look at why it's so ouchy, and it's because it says for rectal use only.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so I don't. It's I had my own questions. Plus, it was really hot because it was metal and it was sitting in the sun. At least it wasn't sharp.
Does it at least blink a certain neon color like
I think
the trend is right now?
I think it does. Come on, cat.
Oh,
jeez, he's knocking everything over. But yeah, I thought that was. It was Hawaii, so I think maybe they just do things differently there. I don't.
Part of the culture, it's fine.
It is.
And I thought it was Hawaii. I mean, how did you pronounce it when you were talking to the locals? It is
Hawaii.
Did you try to fit in there? Or,
it's Hawaii. Well, what they really love is when you say things like, back in America, this is the way we do it.
No, hey, did you see any? And I have no idea if these even exist. But did you see any statues or any pictures or anything of Grover Cleveland around there? Anything? Because that guy, he stood up for Hawaii, the kingdom of Hawaii. Because when imperialist America in the late 1800s was trying to secure those islands for the pineapple growers and I think the sugar guys or whatever.
Well, no, see, that's it. They screwed up the sugar thing because that's why they had to stop producing sugar in Hawaii. Is because when they became a state, they were subject to all the labor laws and stuff.
Oh, snap. So it worked against them. It was fine when they were a territory.
Right.
That's fascinating. So he tried to stop that takeover from happening. And they loved Grover Cleveland, the last electable Democrat. And so he, if you go to his birthplace, I think it's Caldwell, New Jersey. It's in New Jersey. His birthplace, there's a picture in one of the rooms, and it's like his great-grandson, great-great-grandson, whatever it is. And he looks just like Grover, by the way. And he's in a Hawaiian shirt, and he has a lei on, and he's with, I don't know if it's the governor or somebody that represents some group there. Basically, as they continue to thank the Cleveland legacy of trying to leave Hawaii independent. And then, of course, the man couldn't be president forever. And so next thing you know, McKinley's in and whatever. Anyway, so all right.
And they're about to screw up the pineapple thing too.
What happened?
Because there's the Maui Gold pineapples. We took the tour, and there's like 5. Well, first, do you know how long it takes to grow a pineapple?
No, tell me.
I had no idea. Between 18 months and 3 years.
Not worth
I took that tour.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. Not worth it.
18 months to 3 years to grow a pineapple. And what do? We get them, we cut them, and we eat them in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And
thanks for the grub.
It's on the Maui Gold pineapple farm. This cat. You've never seen a cat this clingy. Usually they're just.
It's because you posted that picture of the thing that goes up the butt.
Right. He's like, well, here's my butt. Try that. But they have 5 growers at the Maui Pineapple Company, and they're all over 60, and no one is coming up apprenticing because you can't do it mechanically apparently and get the same results. And so when these guys retire, they don't know what they're going to do. Because I mean, you don't.
That's like traffic controllers.
Yes, exactly. We're going to have to go diverse on the pineapple growers.
Yeah.
Did
you get your free pineapple at the end?
Well, the tour is $75 a person, so I don't know if I call them free, but yeah, they gave us 2, and they are so good.
Yeah,
man, they were just, I mean, right out of the field, they're just yum.
So screw you, Grover Cleveland. We knew what we were doing.
We were there in January on a family trip. And there was 8 of us, and we took that trip. So we had 8 pineapples to eat inside of 5 days or something like that. So we were just like, keep eating, it's gonna go back. We can't take it back.
And that was the bummer. I wanted to take them, and I guess you could take them in the boxes, but we figured, just go ahead and eat them.
Depends how long you're there.
So you mentioned pineapples, and for some reason, downloading pictures is not happening on this end. I thought it was ready to go. It's not. So I had to zoom in on the thumbnail as best I can. But while you were away, Brad Staggs, we had some weather here in North Texas. And last week, the largest hailstone to ever fall in the state of Texas happened in the Panhandle. It was the size of a pineapple, they're saying. And there it is. That's one of the high.
That's a big hailstone.
It's been nuts, man. The weather. You missed some history while you were overseas in the wild. Does that count as being overseas?
A foreign country.
I know, right?
I hate that
country.
By the way, since we're talking about presidents, I need to give you our Calvin Coolidge fun fact for the week. And here it is. In contrast to presidents who had a heavy hand in American affairs, Coolidge captured the public's favor by essentially doing nothing at all. That's not true. He allowed businesses to prosper by minimizing government interference and satisfied voters who believed bureaucracy had become too overwhelming. And it goes on to talk about how much prosperity happened under Silent Cal. And in fact, just so y'all know, last week you learned that Calvin Coolidge's dad swore him in. He was a notary public. I've already promised Stu Bergier over at the Blaze, the next time he's on, we're going to bombard him with notary public facts because he really seemed to enjoy that aspect of the show. So anyway, Calvin Coolidge, famous for leaving everything alone to prosper and thrive on its own. Imagine that. Could we please have
Isn't that kind of what happened during the Clinton years?
Well, you had a divided government, and there were 2 years, and boys and girls, get ready for this. It's going to sound like it's a fairy tale, but it's the truth. There were 2 years where we had you ready? Budget surplus during the Clinton years because we had a Congress that was Republican and a president that was Democrat. And when you can't agree, you just anyway. You don't go nuts on the spending. What do you got? What do you got over there? You want to put Doc Kitty back on camera for us?
No, he's just.
And for the record, Clinton benefited, if you'll recall, from the internet boom that took place in the 90s. It was because you'll recall they were trying to figure out how do we tax the internet? How do we regulate the internet? It was so early on that they hadn't figured out how to make money off of it for the government and how to control it.
How to steal money from us.
A lot of that happened during the Clinton years. I want to say thank you to a couple of folks here. Steve Stoneman sent me, these are a bunch of fun stickers. I got some Batman stickers. I got some, oh, look at that. I need to try it. He sent me some beer.
Only?
I'm looking for.
That would've been
Hang
good.
on. Anyway, so he sent me some cool stuff, some baseball figurines from 1991, which was a miracle year for the Atlanta Braves, Minnesota Twins. Anyway, I love this. I love this sticker. Build the wall and crime will fall. I don't even. What does that mean? But anyway, thank you, Steve, and also thank you to Mr. Shawns who sent me this very cool Nebraska Nebraska Cornhuskers hat.
Very nice
looking
hat.
forward to that season. We're gonna shock the world, y'all. You heard it here first. Okay, guys, do you want I'm gonna skip that one. Nobody wants that. Let's go to this is on the fly show prep. Okay, any guesses here? You got one guess, and if you've already seen this, so be it. But what do you want to guess is the dirtiest city in America as
Chicago.
ranked by
Houston.
Okay. Okay, what? We got a Chicago and a Houston. Who said wait, did
Brad.
7 of 9?
San
Brad
Francisco.
San Francisco. Okay. Number 10 is I don't even know where the cutoff is. Yonkers, New York. Number 9, Oklahoma City. I disagree. Fresno, California. Number 8, San Antonio. 7, yes. 6 is Bakersfield, California. Jersey City, New Jersey is 5. Detroit coming in at number 4. San Bernardino, California is 3. Newark, yes. Number 2, no pun intended. And number 1, Houston, Texas. Congratulations. Ooh. That was a gimme.
I was right.
Dirtiest city in North America or in the United States. I apologize.
Houston, huh?
Oh gosh, it is gross, man.
I haven't been to Houston in a while.
See, the people that live this is what is so weird. When you look at these rankings and they rank the pollution, they rank the living conditions, the infrastructure, those are all high on the suck list. But then down near the bottom is consumer satisfaction. I'm telling you, I had the thought when I lived there 20 years ago, and this proves it. The people that live in Houston have never lived anywhere else, and they don't know any better. There, I said it. Okay.
It's the humidity.
It's the humidity. Yeah, that's gross.
It's nasty.
Yeah. It is nasty.
When I was in San Francisco last, it's probably 8 years ago, but it was the grossest experience of my life. Like the smell of urine was wafting through the air. We went to go see the row of the Pink Ladies houses, and on the hill, the famous row of houses, and there were like all these families walking around. It's a really big touristy area. And there was this dude out there completely naked, except for his wang was taped up and he had a little laser gun and he was walking around like shooting people. I'm just like, this is like.
Your kids with you?
My kids were not with me, but my brother's kids were, who they live out there. So I'm like, is this normal for you guys? Do you just naked little homeless dude shooting you with lasers? Is that like what you just accept that here?
Naked homeless dudes. I mean, paint the entire picture here. Don't shortchange the description here. Oh my gosh. Well,
yeah. And it's too bad because San Francisco, it's like New York. I used to love Manhattan, and it's so nasty now. And San Francisco is the same way. It could be all of California. It could be really nice, and they've screwed it all up.
Yeah,
it sucks.
It sure does. By the way, if you want to break down real quick here, worst air quality belongs to Riverside, California, and San Bernardino, and Fontana, California, and Ontario, and Rancho Cucamonga. I kid you not; they're all first place tie, and all 5 cities are in California. Best air quality is Anchorage, Alaska. Lincoln, Nebraska, number 5. That's not accurate. I used to do a college radio show where I would have name that scent because it stunk so bad. But anyway, continue on.
They used to say Riverside. There was a saying out in California when I lived there. It was like Riverside sucks because the valley blows.
Yeah, all right.
Something like that. I can't remember exactly how it was, but it was something like that.
Now, this is weird because when I think of Denver, Colorado, I think of shrooms being legal, people high, and a bunch of greenies, but yet the most greenhouse gas emissions from large facilities per capita, Denver, Colorado. Weird. Fewest greenhouse gas emissions, Virginia Beach, Virginia? Come on.
Wait. Hold on. How can Denver have them? What are they doing for?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't get that one. Highest share of homes with signs of mice or rats within the last 12 months. Boston, Massachusetts, number 1. Philadelphia, Baltimore, Minneapolis, and St. Paul, Minnesota. Round out our top 5.
I'll be right back. I got to get something. I have a story.
Yeah. Lowest share of
back.
homes with
Sitting for me.
mice or rats is St. Louis, Missouri. Highest tonnage of waste in landfill fills for per 100,000 residents. Cincinnati, Ohio. That's weird. And then let's see here. Yeah. By the way, just so you know, Mr. 5 times, this is a little paragraph here talking about Houston. I think that surprised you. Our data supports the finding that Houston ranks 3rd worst in greenhouse gas emissions from large industrial facilities. That's where the oil refineries are and stuff like that. Has the biggest cockroach problem. Amen. In fact, Charleston, South Carolina. You should sit this one out if we're judging places on big roaches. Anyway, are you a big fan of art, Brad?
I like art a little bit.
I can call you Brad when he's not here because then it's not confusing.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you're an artist. You're a musical artist.
Yeah, I like art a little bit.
Okay. All right. I want to know if you like this art. It's a little weird, I think, but it's cool. I think. I don't know. I'm a little torn on it because here we go. We painted a cow. We painted a cow, and it's. I mean, that's
clever.
Yeah,
look
it's
at that.
Clever.
That's
it's
cool.
like, don't let PETA see that video. Hey, 7 of 9. You see the cow?
Wow, I was going to say I come back, and that's interesting.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
So do you like that art?
Kind of strange placement for the udders.
Oh yeah, they should have switched them, huh?
Just saying.
Yeah.
A little weird.
Yeah. Let's see.
I dig it. It's fun.
You like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. I got another. Okay. Now this is creepy, I think. Maybe y'all don't think it's creepy, but it creeped me out. Every time I watch it, it creeps me out. Look at the hummingbird. That's cute, right? Look at that thing. That's cool. Let's zoom in here. And oh, dear Lord, what is happening? Oh, weird. It's just a bunch of stuff meshed together into art.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, that is wild.
Okay. Ooh, what's the face back there?
I don't know if that's necessary, right?
I held a hummingbird once.
Oh, yeah?
One got into our garage, and it was stuck there, and it was so exhausted, it just landed on the garage door opener. Aww. So I reached up, and I got him and bit his head. No, I got him, and I held him because I was going to let him outside, but I thought, man, there's nothing to them. I mean, it's...
You're right.
It's just
Did you give him some sugar water? Did you give him some sugar water to make him get energy and whatnot?
I just threw him outside and said, go away.
Oh, no. How hot was it?
It was hot. I mean, it was in Nashville, so it wasn't, but he was just exhausted and he couldn't figure out how to get out of the garage. So,
oh my gosh. I'm so glad you mentioned that.
And
what do we got there?
See this old can? It's like it still had the pull off.
Yeah.
Tabs. I got this in Nevada and it's weird because it says Budweiser on the top, please don't litter. And it's a steel can because it's rusty. But I picked this up from the site of where they tested the nuclear bombs. Because, back in the day, in the 50s, when they were testing nuclear bombs out there, they invited the public to come up and park on the side of the road and watch. And so that was the other thing we went to is so I think it's an irradiated can from that site. So I wish I had a Geiger counter.
I was about to say, don't keep that thing too close to your bed, man. Or God,
how much could it hurt, right? I mean,
that's funny though when you think about that. Like in case of a nuclear bomb, make sure you duck underneath your desk or come out and watch.
Right. It's just so bizarre. And it's, I mean, and you can see where they were. I mean, it's just a big open area where they blew them up. But there's footage. You probably saw some going through all that old video on YouTube of them standing out there. And I think they gave them special glasses. Because you don't want to look at the nuclear blast with your bare eyes.
I tried to sell them eye protection for $5, a markup there, sure, but the code enforcement guy was like, "No, I want them to go blind."
Right.
Anyhow,
why does anybody trust anything the government does?
Period.
at all.
Period.
Why would they lie to us, Brad?
Right, I know, because they love us and they want us to be safe.
Yeah.
I don't know why they would lie.
That's it.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that's kind of cool though. The idea that some guy was out there and he was drinking a can and then I guess tossed it down there and it stayed there until you picked it up, at some point.
I figured this is got to be from like the 70s. So I don't know that they were. So this was somebody out there later than than when they're watched. But still, the fact that this thing has been rolling around in the desert for 50 years and in a site where they tested nuclear stuff, it's got to have some like radiation, right? I mean, I shouldn't lick it.
Yeah.
Probably.
Lick it.
I
$10. $10. I'll lick it.
I'm a little concerned for your health. Let's keep
I'm
that in the
old. I'm
garage.
gonna die sooner.
You do have this kind of glow about you right now.
You sure do. You sure do. Okay, you reminded me of something. You're talking about the bird and it being exhausted. Oh, it was in the garage. We have this camping stove out in the garage, and I didn't have a good place for it. Like it was too wide for a shelf. It wouldn't sit there. But I've got these hooks on the ceiling of the garage, and so I just hung it on that and called it a day. And so, it's got this opening, and I kept seeing these little birds in the garage, and I'm like, nice. What is happening? Why are there birds in here? Every morning I leave, and they're like, oh, good, the door's open. Let's go. Let's make a run for it. They've been building a freaking house inside this stove. Or this little camping stuff. Anyway, whatever. And so now I don't know what to do. It's like you're not living there. You're not living there, and then
you got to catch them early because otherwise you feel guilty about kicking them out of the house.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I'm like, you can visit, but if you get stuck in here at night, Doc Kitty, what is up?
Yeah.
Okay, I got this video here for you. Man, wait, hold on. Nope, not yet. I want to ask you this real quick. How many? Let's see. So you had a tweet, Brad, while you were traveling. Mm-hmm. Where was this where you had a paper straw? Because here in Texas, it's been a long time since I've seen a paper straw. Used to be, it started to become a regular thing a few years ago. And then I think people were like, this sucks. Are they still doing that in Hawaii?
It was after remember the turtle? Remember the turtle that had the straw stuck in its nose?
Oh yeah, it's a gross picture.
And so for one turtle that got a turtle straw stuck in his nose, then we had to go to paper straws. And again, as Tom McDonald says, instead of plastic straws wrapped in paper, now we have paper straws wrapped in plastic. It's just, I mean, everything is just so.
It's stupid. It's so stupid. It's like, oh gosh. And by the way,
handle the stupid.
No, and speaking of stupid, turtles are stupid. We sure as hell shouldn't be designing our society based on freaking dumb animals, but whatever.
And yeah, it's just one turtle's doing coke out there, and they have to ruin it for the rest of us. And there's a bunch of turtles. I mean, how many do we really need?
Right? Okay, let me.
Like the idea of a turtle somewhere being like, yeah, thanks for doing that for me.
Like Crush from Nemo, but like all hyped up. Oh, dude, come on. Dude, let's swim. Let's swim. Come on, let's go for a swim.
Okay.
They changed the straws for me? That's wild.
That is gnarly, man. Okay, so I have an animal video for you. Just imagine this. You're riding a bus. Who sent this to me?
Is it a short bus?
It's a short. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. For this purpose. No. You're riding the bus and you're just minding your own business. And then the next thing you know, you're hit by a deer missile. Watch this, y'all. Oh my gosh. This is wild. I say this is wild, huh? Right? Am I right? Look how wild this is, huh?
Crazy.
Oh, crap. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me.
Whoa!
I'll be on my way. I'll be on my way.
Why do deers always do that?
Oh, God. Oh, no. It turned pink. Is that his brain? Oh, that came from Fox. Big thanks to Fox News, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, watch this. Look at that. So he's lucky that windshield busted loose, huh?
Well, dude, what's dude all scared of a deer for?
Yeah, I mean, you've never seen a deer before on a bus.
In
your
lap. That guy was. How many people are in there? 3 people.
I see
4.
Yeah.
4 people. just sitting there on the bus.
He's like, he sees a mouse. He's jumping up on the seat. It's like, oh, get away from me.
Okay, well, he is a rodent, so.
But it's just, I mean, I guess you'd be a little freaked out, but.
Oh my gosh, he pushed the poor animal
Right.
in shock with his
Right.
foot. Like,
Get away!
Get away.
Yeah. That was the last thing he
Look at this.
expected on his way to work that day.
No, look at that.
That would be kind of shocking.
Oh, nice. Sorry, I'm having fun.
I
with
mean,
it.
how often does that happen, really?
Right. So there you go. I just thought that was wild. It was a late addition here to the show prep pile.
Sorry, I was looking for. I have a picture of like 30 turtles on the beach in Hawaii. Oh wait, there they are.
What are they doing? Are they doing the cocaine off the backs of each other with a straw?
Snorting the sand.
Thanks for the straw, sucker. Wow. What are they? They're just hanging out? Is it humping time?
They crawl up there on the beach.
Yeah.
And they rest. And don't ask me why. I mean, I don't know how tough is it to rest in the water, but they all climb up there, and each one of those big black blobs is a turtle.
Yeah.
And they're protected by, let's see, you can probably see them better now. And they're huge. They're like 3 feet across.
Okay, so there's no porch lights, right? That are distracting the turtles.
That's
from thinking
exactly
it's the moon.
because that's Limbaugh had to keep. They remember when he lived down there, and they had to turn. They couldn't have any lighting on the beach.
No lights because the turtles are stupid and they think that my porch is the surface of the moon, and so they come toward it. What the hell? What? Then they don't deserve to live. If you are an animal who mistakes a light bulb for the lunar surface, you don't deserve to be a part of our society. Goodbye.
They were stupid, right? I mean,
but okay, I got animals that aren't stupid. Elephants calling each other by names. Did you see that story? We talked about this on Pat Gray Unleashed, my day job this week, where apparently they've determined that animals are calling each other by names. They had a machine that was figuring this out for them, because I guess, do we not have researchers that just sit in the middle of the what's the word called? The Serengeti, sitting out there taking notes. We put machines out there and they identify.
Why would humans do any of that when we can have AI do it?
469 distinct calls, which included 101 elephants using or issuing a call and 117 receiving one. Well, that doesn't match up. That's stupid. So that means that there was some whatever. Let's see here. Hold on a second. So names were not always used in elephant calls. I love how they say, like, as a matter of fact.
How do they know that they weren't used?
Right. Okay. So, but when names were called out, it was often over a long distance, and when adults were addressing young elephants. Like,
Gary?
How do we know they weren't saying "come here"? You know, like,
hey, Gary.
Well, and they're pissed.
Yeah.
Right.
They're pissed off because we keep.
They always sound pissed.
They do, and that's why they go through those villages and attack everybody, because those are the same villages that go out there and shoot the elephants and whales. Remember, whales are starting to attack stuff too. So they're just mad.
So adult. There's your answer, by the way, sir. They don't need sunblock. See,
that's true.
Adults were also more likely to use names than calves, suggesting it could take years to learn this particular talent. Unlike those mischievous parrots and dolphins, the elephants did not merely imitate the call of the intended recipient. This suggests that elephants and humans are the only two animals known to invent arbitrary names for each other rather than merely copying the sound.
How do they know?
Bro, I'm just reading the story.
Did you see what Michael said? Do female elephants get mad like humans when you mention their elephant legs?
Do these legs make my legs look big?
Because I was talking with Jeffy earlier, and we were talking about animals like the footstools that you could sometimes find made out of the elephant feet. And we actually did see one when we were like driving through Utah or Wyoming, someplace a few years ago. And I thought that'd be kind of cool. But then I started thinking, are those even legal anymore?
I doubt it. I seriously doubt. Hold on, listen to the last sentence of this line from this guy. This is from the CEO of Save the Elephants. His name is Frank Pope. He's really excited. Listen to this. That elephants use names for one another is likely only the start of the revelations to come. So y'all stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more. news that I can't wait for.
Elephants have learned how to use firearms.
Oh wow, wow! That would be okay. That would be an impressive development.
Which is tough, given their hands.
I would them.
They have little fingers at the bottom, though. That's the thing.
Let's
That's
see
like
if I can
the
find-
T-Rex. In what movie was that? I can't because I got little arms.
Oh, it's Toy Story, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Okay, so I don't know about y'all, but I feel older every day. And it's well, it's not.
Shut up.
I do. I feel old, and you know,
You get to be my age.
I'm setting up a video, and now I can't find the video, so it's.
Let's just talk about.
How do you work this thing? I'm feeling older every day.
You talk about feeling old.
How do you do this?
Why couldn't they do this the way in the old days? We had an on switch and an off switch.
And
You're
we
one of the
like
kids. You're one of the kids over here.
Right.
This is awesome. So I guess the video didn't download. Well, it worked out nicely. I'll save that for another time.
Download.
Download. Using fancy speak.
I bought a stereo at like H.H. Gregg in Nashville probably 15 years ago. And when I got it home, I was like, okay, I had to look at the instructions to figure out how to hook it up because it made no sense whatsoever. And I'm like, okay, I've officially crossed over into old because I have to look at the instructions to hook up a stereo now.
It sucks getting old, man.
Tell me about it.
It's pissing me off.
It's a YouTube video for that.
Right. Well, I did get YouTube certified in top end seal replacement on my Tundra. So, you know, YouTube's good for some stuff.
Yeah.
By the way,
I
it's like
use it to fix my car all the time.
Yep. Yep.
It's our grandfather now. YouTube is, we take it, we go out to the car, we put a video on, we prop it up there, and we're just like, oh yeah, okay, now I mean that's our grandpa now. I was reaching
Uncle
here.
Daddy.
Okay. So I'm expecting the dogs any minute now. I'm surprised they've been so well behaved. Now that the setup for the podcast is much closer to the door here in the what do we call this? The junk drawer room last week. So I'm really nervous that they're going to start barking for no reason, and the microphone isn't very directional as it should be. And so what I've seen in the past, and maybe you guys work with audio, where it's like it's almost like this little soundproof deal that goes around the microphone, kind of insulates it from the rest of the noise and stuff. And so before we got started, I thought I might need this today.
Did you buy one? I've got one in, I kid you not, I have one in my closet you can use.
Oh, cool. I would love to. No, I haven't purchased anything. So please, I'll buy it off of you. So I'm looking around the junk drawer room and I see this box and it's got all this foam in it. I was like, I could build me something with this. And then I realized, what's this box? You know what this box is? My son. One year for Halloween, my son went as
Minecraft.
a Minecraft character.
Okay. Yes.
Can I do the show like this? That's not too distracting, is it?
That's actually very good.
You got to wear it the rest of the show now.
Oh my gosh. I can't even breathe in here. Are you kidding me? Okay.
It's been 10 seconds, Keith.
I can't. What is this?
What a wuss.
Oh, listen to
That looks really good.
Yeah, you like that? Yeah. I think he bought it. I don't think he made it. Okay. So,
Well, I'm not that impressed then.
yeah, now, okay. He totally made it. My son's awesome, right? Am I right? I can't even see the screen right now. And my glasses are just, help me.
By the way, I sent you the link to the live cam in Namibia.
Wait, where's this live cam again?
That's in the middle of the African Sahara.
Oh, cool.
It's all
the
the
names?
It's all the possibly because there's a bunch of animals that walk up to it. And
how did you send it to me?
I texted it.
Can you email it to me?
I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, email and I'll put it on the screen here. While you send that, I want to show you guys this. I can't tell if this is cool or creepy or both, or somebody. You're a magician. That's why I pulled this video, Bradley.
All right.
7 of 9. You're a magician, and so if I can figure out how to get it on the screen again, I want to show you this illusionist guy. Where the hell is it, man? It's like only half my videos downloaded. I'll never fear, y'all.
Why do you have to download them?
Hang on a second. Oh, there we go. I fixed it now. Hang on. I fixed it. Stand by. I'm looking. I'm gonna find it. It makes it easy. I don't know how to explain it. It's just it's better that way. How about that? How's that for an answer?
All right.
Well, that one didn't download apparently. Hang on. Here we go. Just give me a second. Come on, play.
Have you tried rebooting?
But then we'll get disconnected.
Unplug it and plug it back in.
I hate IT. Have you tried turning it on?
Actually, you know what though? That helps so much.
Blow on it.
Okay, look at this. Hang on. Let me get this screen going here. Look at this guy, and you tell me if this is creepy or cool. No more stalling. Here we go.
This is the new segment. Creepy or cool?
Wait, hold on a second. No music here. No music here. Let me start over. This is Illusionists. See if I can zoom in a little bit here. Can y'all see that okay? And go. All right, so there you go. Look at that. Oh my gosh, the Coke bottle just vanished there, and he's got water, poured it into a cup. See this guy? Yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool, huh? Look at that. That's really cool. Yeah, that's a lot of water. Wait, what? Okay, but where? He's looking. The guy's not an actor, right? Look at that. Okay, so whoa, where'd your eyes go? I don't like that guy. I don't like his eyes.
What did he just do with the eyes?
He just rolled them of his head. It's hard to see. Okay, this one's got a drawing on it, right? And it's on the dollar bill that he's got. And then he just poured a fish into his cup. Again, don't like it. I mean, it's cool, but yeah. Oh, hey, now that's kind of fun. You can buy those in the store. Wait, hold on. How did he do that? I don't like it.
You can buy those in the store. Actually, the guy that invented those, his name was Daryl.
Yeah? You're not going to find that information on any other podcast today.
And he's dead. And here's the weird thing about Daryl is that they found him dead at the Magic Castle, naked. And I'm not kidding. It was like autoerotic asphyxiation or something.
I mean, who among us?
He was a weird death. You brought it up.
That's weird.
I think all this is just
like
his onlookers are just.
Oh, they're part of the gag.
Look at this. Like, yeah, nobody acts like that. And then the guy that runs away here. What? I'm out of here.
Okay, you know what? That guy right there. Hold on. That's a good point because I was watching him this time. I can't rewind that. He was You're not looking at the guy's face. You're looking at the candle, right? So why is he even?
It's the Chris Angel stuff. Chris Angel. He did the same thing with the people he cut in half, and then they got up and ran away, only half the body.
All right, now I'm pissed.
There are so many videos circulating that are just complete time wasters that feel, they're like airplane videos where somebody rents out an airplane set, and then they'll film the caption will be this guy was getting was bugged by this kid, and then this happened, and they film these setup things, and they're just complete time wasters. And then people share them oh my gosh, look at this. I'm like, how do you not tell that this is completely fabricated and fake? It's full of the worst actors.
And I don't know, they're making money off of those things.
I'm feeling personally attacked.
They must be making a lot of money though with those things because there's a bunch of them out there. And
how do you not tell, Keith?
Right. How do you not know?
I fell for it.
I hid in my girlfriend's car, and she went to her boyfriend's house, and then this happened.
Yeah. What? And the video is 10 minutes. So if you're dumb enough to sit through the whole 10 minutes.
And by minute 9, I have it figured out.
Or they do it with cooking videos. So be check out this amazing recipe. And it's it's not even a meal. It's just they keep putting stuff. I've seen this happen now. It's a lot of it's on Facebook. And it seems foreign accounts or something. And they're check out this delicious recipe. And they just keep piling food for 10 minutes. And you don't know where it's going. Clearly I've watched these videos.
But then we wrap it in a tortilla and deep fry it.
Right. Pizza? That's what I call a taco.
Okay, so I get it. I fell for it, guys. I get your point. It's I'm done.
Come on, Pete, get with the program.
We've all
got to question everything. It's on the bottom of the screen.
It's on the bottom of the screen. This is a cute. Who sent me this? I can't even tell who sent me this.
Is this the bear that walks on 2 legs?
No, this is just cute. You know, you got baby
It's fake.
little
CGI.
bear cubs. What do you mean it's bear cubs hanging out in the front yard? Now the cool thing is when the homeowner goes out there and tells them, "Get off my property." No, I'm just kidding. That doesn't happen.
Those aren't real bears.
That's cute, right?
Those
Look at
are
that.
little kids in bear costumes, Keith.
Wait a minute, man. I'm feeling.
You can't
dumb.
tell.
Yeah,
Those look like
Mandalorian Patriot
puppies.
sent me this. Thank you, Mandalorian Patriot. Okay, hold on a second. I got to be careful here before I start promoting. Like, hey, I'm about to play this because only half of these things are downloaded today, and so I don't want to.
Why did you have to download it? You can't just play them straight off a.
Yeah, you can, but then there's like I don't know how to explain it here. It wouldn't even
Because then they
fine.
work.
No, sir. Oh gosh. All right.
You don't
Let's
want
see
to play
here.
it straight off of YouTube because then they.
Here's a dancing dog. Either that or his butt itches. I can't decide if he's a dancing dog or
That's an itchy butt.
psoriasis of the
Worms.
butthole.
And that.
Did you see the dog that watches the horse race and jumps up and down?
No. Oh yeah, a long time ago. Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's
It's
cute.
funny. This dog just has like butt lice.
The
And he's-
lady's like, yay, yay.
And the dog's like,
For your
you don't get it.
worms."
My ass itches. Fix it.
He's gonna go over to hump grandma's leg in a minute.
This isn't funny, lady.
Yay!
If your ass itch like this,
I'm seriously in pain right now. Just because you put the Macarena over the audio doesn't make it good for me.
he's-
Oh, the poor dog. The poor dog's like, you're not getting this, are you?
and,
Oh, okay. What
and
else?
Granny's butt itches too. That's a real sad part.
She's
there,
like
that
sitting there.
right.
And then
I
somebody's
know how it
recording this.
feels. Right.
Somebody who could fix all of this is like, yay, keep doing this for the clicks.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, right.
It's
Uh,
twisted. It's very twisted.
This is interesting. So apparently the caption that went with this story here is that this cat realizes that meowing, maybe you could teach this to Doc Kitty, is it realizes that, hey, meowing does no good since my owner is apparently deaf. And so the cat learned sign language because it has to adapt, you see? So here you go. The cat that learned sign language. Look at that. Hey, give me some, put that right in my mouth. See? You take that. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Thank you, sucker.
That
All right.
is not real.
What do you mean it's not real? Hey,
I
you.
mean, that is not.
Right here. Put that in my mouth.
Have
Yeah, in
you
my
ever
mouth.
seen Toonces the driving cat on
The cat
Saturday
who
Night
could drive
Live?
a car. He drives around all over the town. Toons is a driving cat, of course.
That is not real.
What do you mean it's not real?
Is this the best quality
I know,
video?
not always tell.
Why is it
You can-
always grainy? Like alien videos are
true.
always grainy,
It's true.
Uh-huh.
filmed
It's
on
true.
a phone from 1995 or something.
Right.
It's absolutely true. What
Uh-huh.
you're saying. And it's how it's how these deep fakes, you know, that look so cheesy. Because like a couple years ago, it's a lot easier to figure it out now, just like what you said. You know, you can tell when they're fuzzy or whatever. But a couple of years ago, people would make these videos of politicians or world leaders who would be saying something, and then the video would be clean, and then like the mouth would be kind of fuzzy, and you were like,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But now
Uh-huh.
it's scary.
Now
I
it
mean,
is scary.
But
Yeah,
not the
that's what I'm
cat
saying.
because that was obviously fake. But it's scary because Tom
Yeah.
Cruise, you can make Tom Cruise look like he's doing stuff.
Yeah, I've seen that guy on Instagram that changes his face and stuff. Man, last year, you know that video that was going around of Biden last year where he didn't blink for like, I don't even know, several minutes, and he was
Yep.
like this. So like that same day, the White House put out that video, and then there was another video they put out, which was supposedly the same day, and it was Squinty-Eyed Joe. And I put them up side by side, and my point was, I was like, either he's really like juiced up on
Right.
meds,
Right.
or
his
this
eyes
is a
were
deep
big.
fake, right?
Right.
Or it's like whatever the scenario is, it's not good. And people like, I got so much pushback. I got like a little bit of like, I think don't know what it was. BuzzFeed maybe wrote an article about how conspiracy theorist Brad Staggs of 5 Times August thinks like Joe Biden is a bot or something. But I was like, if you can't accept in this day of artificial intelligence that maybe there's a chance that what you're seeing isn't real, especially when it comes to high profile figures. Like, if you can't accept that, you're doomed. Like
that's the amazing thing. Some people just refuse to. There was the thing with him. Where was he? Were they in France? I don't even know. He wanders off to go look at some guy.
That could be anywhere, by the way. That could be anywhere. But Italy.
Was it Italy? All right. So he wanders off to look at, and I guess it's a parachuting show. I don't know what it was. But then somebody, one of those like BuzzFeed or something, said, well, they just did it out of context because the wider shot shows that he was going over to admire a parachutist who had just done an amazing thing. And then people are going, that's even worse.
Yeah.
Everything is so whacked out anymore.
Yes, it is, and including another animal video for you here.
Does this one actually play?
This one will play.
Because that'd be weird.
It's got a. Oh wait, you know what?
Is that a snake or something?
Hang on.
An animal?
Yeah, but it's obviously it's a dead snake. Dead snake. Right? It's a snake.
Oh, you've got a snake in your hand.
It's not dead.
Oh, good God.
I have a what?
There's a follow-up to this because apparently this was a couple years ago, and I saw this the second time around. The mom was like, yeah, you know, this has been coming around again or something. I don't know. She's like, just to update y'all, the snake is fine. I was able to get it outside and whatever. Sure you were. It's a snake.
Oh, you've got a snake in your hand.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh, good God.
Okay, but hold on a second. I want to point out something in the background here. There's an animal. There's a cat that's not earning its keep. Just look at that chair straight back.
Oh, good God.
Where's the cat going?
The cat's like, I'm out of here.
That's funny stuff.
You know, I always wonder about like the time around these videos, right? Like this little girl walks into the house and she's like holding something, and before the mom says anything, she's like, let me get my phone.
Yep.
And then she's like, okay.
I think the description. Now let's talk about. No, I don't care if the snake is bouncing around. You stand still, little girl.
The snake's like right here in her neck. She's like, hold on. Let me hit record.
Yeah. Mom,
stop crying. Wait until we're recording. Then you can cry.
I missed it. Dang it. The girl's like on the floor, like, ugh.
We could have gotten so many more clicks if you just chilled out for 3 seconds, kid.
That's 2024.
So this is a concerning story, and here's the headline from CBS News: invasive fish with the head of a snake that can slither across land discovered in Missouri again. That's what the headline says. Again.
With the head of a snake.
I guess it's like a snake that looks or fish that looks like a snake. I couldn't
a
find a picture
fish?
of it. It wasn't on the story. So
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I just search for snakefish.
Snakefish.
Mm-hmm.
So it has the ability to survive on land for several days. It's in Missouri right now. The state's Department of Conservation confirmed on Friday that a northern snakehead fish. Northern snakehead fish. Look for that.
Right. Yeah, I just did. Northern snakehead fish.
What's it look like?
Concordia. Looks like a fish with a snakehead.
So I'm gonna have to hang on. Northern snakehead. Hang on. Northern. Only the best for this audience.
This is the news that's out there.
This is the news.
I was like, can we just have 30 minutes of news every day and that's it? Because I think the 24-hour news cycle is.
They don't look that scary.
No,
watch
really
out
don't.
for the snakehead fish.
You know what? It's not. Oh well. Okay. I found one that looks kind of scary, but whatever. But the fact that these things, that's what's scary.
Oh, jeez.
What's scary? Yeah. Hold on. I gotta. Hold on. Hold on a second. Oh, now.
Wait a minute. Is that's a Photoshop picture, right? That's an illustration.
It's a stapled a snake head.
Oh, there you go. Okay, I see.
Look at that guy. I don't like it. Especially when you see it crawling around on land. Let's see.
Wait a minute. How long can it live on land?
Days if it's damp.
It doesn't have legs. What does it do? Flop around?
Let's see. It can slither across land, return to the water, as long as the skin stays moist. It can hang out for
Experts have concluded that the snakefish is actually just a snake.
It identifies as a fish.
It's a snake that identifies as a fish.
That's fair.
We saw
By
the
the way,
snake, the fish that looks like a snake. After observing it closely, we've concluded
I don't have.
it's just a snake.
It's
guys.
illegal to possess, sell, or transport live snakeheads
Okay, well,
in
I don't.
Louisiana.
Have
So,
interest in that.
Oh, that's the
Remember-
racket right there.
wait a minute. It has an extended anal fin.
Okay.
A lower.
Where's this
jaw-
going?
I don't know. I just happened to see that in the description, and I don't even know what an extended anal fin is.
You know, when people tweet about this show or comment on social media, or we should have a phrase from the show that they could just put along with the link, and so their friends can ask them, "What's this out of context hashtag you're talking about?" And again, today's I think is going to be a hashtag extended anal fin. Y'all remember that one? when
That
you're
sounds
sharing.
like it would be painful, but that's just me.
Don't give the they thems any ideas.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay, so Todd.
Oh!
Whoa. All right.
Damn it,
7
that's
of
not a-
9 just had a light bulb.
Oh
go
no,
off.
we were at the blowhole, which is not a gay bar. It's a
it could be.
it's an actual blowhole at the in Maui, and I turned around and I had this, and so somewhere I've got a shot of these people, but I heard somebody talking over here to my right, and and it was a chick with a beard. And it was, I had never, and it was a guy, and I was, I mean, to the point I went, and stared, because it was like, what? Okay, it was the stare. I mean, I know it's not.
You saw
polite
one
to
out
Was
say,
in
it
the
the
wild.
guy?
but
Yeah,
I really did. And it was like,
okay, so
I've seen a lot of things in my time.
They're
but
real.
I just could not.
So hold on a second. You've been traveling. Did you see that there was one at the White House Sunday night or Monday night or whatever it was? So perhaps you crossed paths with that individual.
You know, and here's the thing: is back in the day when they had the circus and you had the bearded lady, and
Right.
people paid for it.
Well, times are tough.
And
You don't have a lot of those job opportunities available
well,
anymore.
no, we took them all away.
Right. Yeah.
took
Now it's not a
away.
freakish thing.
Right? It's just like,
Oh,
Right.
I
there's
felt like
another-
I should go up and give them $1 and say, "Here, thank you." It was
Mhm.
interesting,
Thank
but
you.
I didn't.
I feel like I owe you for having seen you.
The
I feel like there
bearded
should be a-
lady, the bearded circus lady is an unrepresented minority who's losing work right now.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
Right.
We need
Yes.
to have a flag for them or something.
I think we do.
Maybe
Or just add a stripe to one
month-long
of those other ones.
celebration.
Oh, add a stripe, but we're out of colors. All the colors have been used, Brad.
Yeah,
Did you
that's
see
true.
there another truck got busted
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
peeling out?
You know, at this point, they want that reaction. You know that.
You know, somebody made a good point about that the other day because they were sharing. There was a cake place that was making a rainbow cake.
Okay.
And so it's like, is it a hate crime to eat the cake?
Oh,
If it's a hate crime to skid over the rainbow,
If
is
it's
it
a
a hate
hate-
crime to do that? Like that was a pretty good point, I thought.
that is a good point. Yeah, and that's one for the court.
No, it's a hate crime to throw the cake away.
Oh, okay. Mhm.
That's what
What
it
if you
is.
okay, so what if you? All right, so this is.
What if you spit it out? What if you start to eat it and you don't like it? Spit it
What
out.
if-
Is that a hate
What
crime?
if you
Mm.
smear a rainbow cake over the top of a pride flag that's painted on a crosswalk? Is that have you now doubled the charge? Now that federal crime.
Is it defacing if you defaced it with the rainbow icing?
See,
Right.
this is tough.
What if you have red tires on your car so that when you spin out, you leave red skid marks?
For the record, this is the clown show that is America 2024. We're having a discussion about these heinous crimes happening here, where a normal society would be like, "What?
Oh,
Talking about?"
oh, hang on. So at the airport when we were leaving, So we go to Love Field, and for whatever reason that day, the security line goes all the way through all the queues, wraps around, goes into baggage claim around 2 of the carousels. And I mean, it's like
I've never seen it like that.
I've never seen it that way either. So we all the way back there. So we all the way through.
Must have been a lot of grandmas flying that day that needed extra searching.
Well, and I don't know if they did this because of the long line or if it was a long line because of this, but they decided, the TSA, to bring out one of the dogs. And so you had 2 line security. So you paired up with some rando that, you'd had no idea. And the 2 of you walked in this line and they walked the dog around you. If the dog doesn't hit on you, then you can go through the security checkpoint without taking off your shoes or taking anything out of your bag. Except when you got up there, there was one line where you had to still take off your shoes, take stuff, but you could have gone in any of these lines. And so Beth went through one. They're like, well, you got to take off your shoes. I'm like, well, I'm not going through this one. I went 2 down, and she's like, well, how do you know if I got surrounded by the dog or not? Or how do you know he did? It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
The government isn't making you feel better with the presence of all
I just get so pissed off.
I'm sorry.
It's for your protection. Don't you understand?
That's what I kept saying out loud in line to people. I go, it's for your safety.
All I heard was the dog. If the dog doesn't hit on you, it's like, what does that mean? Is he going to hump your leg? And then,
dumbest thing. It's like, wait, what? If the dog doesn't,
Yeah, we did that. Actually, you just reminded me. We did that. My wife and I, we were in Switzerland a week or 2 ago, and when we flew out from DFW, it was the same thing. You walk pairs down this row,
rando, right?
And the dog is there. And then, but then we got to the other side, and it was like, what was the point of that? Because we still had to take out our stuff.
Oh, you had to take it out?
Hang on.
We still had to take out our stuff.
Hang on, guys. Are either of you TSA pre?
No.
What
was
the TSA pre line? What were they doing during all this? Just waving at you goodbye?
I don't know.
There was the pre line. They came in over here, so it was a shorter line, but they didn't get the dog surround. I don't know. Huh. It made whatever it was. It
changes every time. That's the funny thing about visiting airports. Is airport security is never consistent. And like that's one of those major things that I always like call back to, like all of the airport security stuff that changed after 9/11. I'm like, we never went back to normal. Like, don't you understand? Once you go and step into that realm of for your protection, it never goes back.
No.
Shout out to Michael Chertoff for making millions off of
the TSA is the most worthless government agency ever created. Prove me wrong.
When we came back from Switzerland, so like my wife, you go through the security, you got to get rid of your water and all that stuff. We were fine. We went through security. We're at the Swiss airport. My wife buys water, takes it on the plane, gets to America. We flew into Pittsburgh, and then we had to take Pittsburgh back to Dallas. But when we're in Pittsburgh, there's that transitional period where you have to go through security again from another country. They made her get rid of her water that she bought at the other airport, even though she never left the security,
it's for your safety. Shut up.
Yeah. Like at some point she snuck off and filled it with explosive liquid.
Hang on a second. I got to find this old tweet of mine.
Well, you're looking for it.
Yeah.
And in Hawaii, it was you have to take off your shoes, but because it used to be you could only put your shoes in a bin, and your laptop you couldn't have anything covering anything. And now it's hell, just pile it all in there.
Just put it in there, yeah.
It's fun, right?
Yeah.
I get so pissed when I have to get near any of them. It really is not good. I just I just can't handle this.
The guy's like, I'm gonna have to pat you down
There you
and
go.
cup your balls. Are you okay
Yeah.
with that?
Oh, they did that.
Sure.
They
Well, now
Go
I
ahead.
Say we're
Humiliate
just
me,
gonna
please.
do this. We're gonna go this way, and then we're gonna go this way. So
Yeah.
let me know if you feel this.
Can
or
you
if you feel this.
feel the finger up your butt?
Right. And now one of my fingers may slip out and just do this a little bit. And if it does that, I'm just okay. It's for your safety because I need to find
We're
out.
just doing our job, sir.
Ah!
Hang on a second. Hit pause for just a second. Which airport was that, Brad?
Which one?
It was the one, the Hawaii.
The one where you get all
No.
this action for free? Where was that?
This was actually this was Dallas where I got this.
Oh, okay. Which airport was that?
It was I believe it was Love Field. I mean,
Just
he
making a
had
note.
very soft
Just
fingers.
making a note. No particular reason.
Very soft
Okay.
fingers.
So here's a tweet of mine from years ago, and I wrote, the TSA took a keychain after they had allowed this through. So this is, and I'm sure people go, yeah, I can see why. Okay, this thing is you could take over a cockpit with this thing. So this was on my daughter's keychain. You could see, it's got a little pointy ears, because you want to stab someone's trying to.
They do this, you do this.
Cause harm, right? So, but the same TSA location that confiscated that, they allowed this through. That's what you call a Swiss Army knife.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, that got confiscated.
Yeah.
That got through. Oh wait, hold on. There's more. Hang on, we got more here. Hang on. They took a child's Christmas ornament because this ornament has just a little bit of water in it. You see, and so you can make a bomb right there.
Bomb.
Okay, but that same location. So Atlanta, that's what it was. Atlanta confiscated that, but Atlanta let that through. Okay, Swiss Army knife. Tampa confiscated that, but lit, dear Lord in heaven, this through. It's a wine opener corkscrew deal at the bottom. I swear, your government, though. They're just looking out for you, ladies and gentlemen.
The bottle or the can rather of macadamia nuts that I got at, because I love macadamia nuts.
Me too, brother.
I just love them. Anyway, so I pulled it's the aluminum, and you pull off the aluminum top, right? What do you have when you pull that aluminum top off?
Yes.
You could, you could take somebody's neck down to the bone with that thing.
Don't give them ideas. Because now, if they take our macadamia nuts away from us, dude,
bastards,
that's when we revolt, Brad. So let's.
I did just check because I wanted to make sure that this stupid rule is still in place. According to the TSA, screwdrivers that are 7 inches or shorter, when fully assembled, can be brought in your carry-on baggage. But if it's 7 inches or longer, it has to go in your check bag. Because I hate the
No. It's better than that. Hang on. Do they still do the $15 per leg? You want a direct flight, not only because of the incompetence of air travel now, and you've now increased your opportunity for delays. In other words, if I do a connecting flight, now I've got 2 chances to be delayed instead of just 1. But also, don't they still do the $15 per leg per flight? If you look at the breakdown, it's a 9/11 security fee here a quarter of a century later.
Do they? So you have to pay extra?
Well, in the legislation that originally passed, and they kept renewing this, and I haven't checked this in a few years, so somebody can do my job for me and tell me. But they add $15 to each flight. In other words, if you do 2 flights to get to your destination and come back, you've just spent an extra $60. Congratulations. Look that up. $15 security
transportation fee. Per passenger fees rise to, this is 2014, from $250 for nonstop flights, $560 for connecting flights.
It's $15 now.
Well, and then the whole pre-check thing, if it's whatever, was it $50? Is it $50 a year or just $50 one time?
I don't.
Whatever it is.
TSA pre. They brought it down, and now I think it's in the 40 to 50 range. Yeah.
Okay. Why am I paying a tax, an extra fee, to prove that
Right.
I'm okay.
You know what?
Hey, listen, Joe Biden is getting rid of junk fees. Okay.
Hang on a second.
I don't know if you know this or not, but you saved 5 cents on your hot dogs 2 years ago during 4th of
Oh
July.
my gosh. Okay, first of all, you're paying for the ability to get around government incompetence. That's why you pay the extra fee, Brad. And as far as your July 4th stat, yeah, don't forget it's cheaper than it was last year. Every year it's cheaper. Okay. Now, so check this out. So this says the federal government currently imposes an $11.20 9/11 passenger security fee on every domestic round trip. So that's substantially lower than I was saying, but I guarantee you right after 9/11, because I was stunned that it was, somebody fact check me, but I could have sworn it was $15 per leg. So anyway, but listen to this. 1/3 of these funds, just 1/3 of these funds, is over $19 billion. There's your answer for your security fee, because that would mean, because this story is about how it's been diverted from their intended security purposes to the Treasury for unrelated expenditures. So this particular story that came up on Google is insinuating that $60 billion is collected every year in these extra fees because we want to be safe from terrorists, y'all. But over 1/3 of them, over $19 billion goes somewhere else that isn't even related to airline security. I mean, what a
Tamara says $5.60 times 2 is $11.20. So yeah.
Okay.
Well, and you know, I just looked up the TSA's budget for 2025. They want $11.8 billion.
Oh, is that an agency that didn't exist 20 years ago? Cool. I swear. Okay. I want to answer this question. Somebody asked me. I said I would address it on this live stream today. Todd White said, "How did the Edmonton Oilers, become my favorite hockey team? They are in the Stanley Cup Finals, getting their ass beat. They're down 3-0. Game 4 is tomorrow night, and the season will probably be over. But anyway, when I grew up, the Atlanta Flames were the local professional hockey team. They moved to Calgary. I remember actually,
the Flames?
I had the Flames.
The Flamers.
I had an Atlanta Flames.
They were fabulous.
Yeah, I had a pennant in my bedroom when I was a kid, but they were long since moved to Calgary, because I was born in 76 and 80, I think, is when they moved to Calgary. And then the closest team, believe it or not, the closest professional hockey team in Atlanta when I was growing up was the St. Louis Blues. I became a Blues fan.
Did you blue yourself?
No, what? And so what happened was
any chance he's going for it.
Right. And so I was a St. Louis Blues fan. Then the Atlanta Thrashers became a team. So I really like the
Thrashers, huh?
Flames, Blues, and Thrashers. They
personally, I like the Screamers, but that's just me.
They're an expansion team,
right.
coming next year.
Yes,
expansion, huh? All right.
Hockey sticks.
That's what that thing was with the rectal. That was an expander. That's what that thing was.
Hang on a second. It's hashtag protruding rectal fin.
Protruding rectal fin. Yes, anal fin. No, it's an anal fin.
Boy, shame on me for getting that so wrong.
Damn. Don't get your rectal and your anal fins confused.
So, the Atlanta Flames moved to Calgary, Canada.
Yes,
and then the Atlanta Thrashers moved to Winnipeg, became the Jets. And so, when that happened in 2011, 2012 or whatever, I let my son, who at the time I think was like 7 years old, pick us a team, man, because it ain't Atlanta anymore. And he picked the Edmonton Oilers for us. Because we had just read a book together on the life of Wayne Gretzky. And so obviously Gretzky played most of his career with the Edmonton Oilers, blah, blah, blah. So there you go. We've been Oilers fans in this household for, I guess, the last 12, 13 years. And Connor McDavid is awesome. The end. So there you go. Oh, but that's a fun trivia question. What's the only American city to lose 2 professional sports franchises to Canada? The city that likes to lose, Atlanta. Thing here, I don't know. Y'all
you
are
sound
watching
like
the
you're
WNBA.
underwater.
Oh,
No, you're all right.
It does what?
For a second, it
Okay.
sounded like you were a snakefish.
Oh, weird. Nobody's watching the WNBA, right? Cool. Then we'll move on. So I just that's my terrible attempt at a segue to. Did you know that there is professional women's football? It's pretty interesting, right? So
a lot of guys play it, right?
So listen to this. Yeah, right. Oh my gosh. So maybe that's the answer to this. Nebraska Pride in Omaha, they have a women's football team, and I want you to listen to the results on their schedule. This is the Nebraska Pride women's football team. They have they're 5-0. They have won by final scores of 77-2, 62-0, 85-0, 70-0, and 34-0. Oh gosh, that was a letdown. And anyway, by a grand total of 328-2, they've outscored their opponents. So they win their game by an average score of 66 to 0.4 points per game. I thought it was fun. I just stumbled on this Nebraska Pride.
How many? Yeah, they've got some muscly women on that team,
or dudes. You might have been onto something.
Women with Adam's apples.
Did you see Brittany Griner's wife is preggers? Not kidding. I just happened to see that, and you were talking about women athletes, and Brittany Griner's wife is preggers.
Is Brittany the father?
That's a good question.
What a weird conversation. The headlines these days.
Okay. You guys, I don't think either of you play fantasy football. Like
I just play fantasy.
Yeah. Fantasy hockey.
Whatever.
So
just give me the stick.
I've been
my football's on a spectrum. Sometimes it's fantasy.
Sometimes I swear it's real.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. So I've been the commissioner of a fantasy football team for, oh my gosh, over 25 years now because I'm old.
Can I call you the commish?
Did you see this? I'm not okay with this bet payoff because this would happen to me a lot, especially lately. If you finish last place in this one fantasy football league, apparently the bet or the punishment, because every league has a punishment, and in fact we've got a much tamer one in our league. But this guy apparently,
you get this?
He was at a restaurant with a blow-up doll, having dinner with the blow-up doll, and so
that's because she doesn't talk.
And so that was the punishment, is to go into public with a blow-up doll. And in fact, I don't know if I downloaded the picture, if it actually is.
No one would care these days.
Okay,
yeah, no one would even think twice.
Yeah. So unfortunately,
probably making internet content.
Right. Yeah. Look at that guy over there. He's making some content.
Look at this. You can either hold a live snake in your kitchen or you can go out with a blow-up doll. What's it going to be? So there he is hanging out. Looks like a nice restaurant. I got a fountain and everything. So the server, this is in Charlotte, North Carolina.
How does she get her neck to bend that way?
Look, don't ask questions. It costs extra, though, I'll tell you that.
Wow.
So what happened was a server took that picture and did put it on the internet, and she lost her job because of it. Can you believe that?
Why?
I don't know. I think it's funny that, and because he explained that, I guess it got back to him that hey, this guy was out with a blow up doll, and then got to explain.
Well, how do you think the blow up doll feels? Getting her picture taken and then plastered everywhere. How do you think she feels?
Right. Thank you. Does no one consider their feelings anymore?
Blow-up dolls have rights too. A right to sit down for a nice meal with a human without somebody taking their picture.
Thank you.
The levity you guys bring to this conversation is, I appreciate that insight, because you know what? I just glossed right over that. I feel bad. I feel ashamed that I didn't even think of the blow-up doll's feelings, and now I feel like I should be in timeout.
It's very bigoted of you to not consider their feelings.
I got it.
What is she doing with her hands? Is what I want.
I don't know, but she's wearing a short black dress. How?
It is. That's more of a nightie. Where'd she go? You took her off the screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you really into her?
I wasn't done looking at her.
Did you guys hear this story? Listen to this. A federal jury in Florida found that Chiquita Brands bananas must pay $38.3 million to 16 family members of people killed during Colombia's long civil war by a violent right wing, I'm sure, paramilitary group funded by the company. What the hell's going on here?
Chiquita Bananas is funding.
Apparently, you are a terrorist if you eat Chiquita bananas. You've been funding bad guys.
That's the only banana, though. They've got a monopoly on bananas.
Now
You
we
can
know how
only
it
eat
happens.
Chiquita bananas.
It's Big Banana.
Big banana. I have so many punchlines that I'm just letting fall to the floor.
You know, here's the problem: is that this is going to set a precedent because avocados are the same thing.
I know that. That's a good point. Yeah. So here's what happened was, according to court documents, Chiquita paid the United Self-Defense Forces of Colombia, known by its Spanish acronym AUC, about $1.7 million between 1997 and 2004. The AUC is blamed for the killings of thousands of people during those years. Chiquita has insisted that its Colombia subsidiary, Banadex. Now how much do you want a banana? Banadex.
I'm a Banadex banana.
Only made the payments out of fear that AUC would harm its employees and operations. Court records show. It sounds like they were being extorted. You know, it's like, okay, I'm sorry, but don't companies do this all the time with ransomware or something like that? Like, why is it because they gave money to guys that ended up going to kill people? That seems like a dangerous.
It seems, according to Minnesota Dave, it's bananas is what it is.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that. I like that. We gotta put that on the screen. But okay, first of all, we could really extrapolate this out. Do we really want to go down this road? A federal jury went through this whole thing because they had to pay a $25 million fine.
Do you trust do you trust juries anymore?
But think about this. I don't know about y'all, but I pay my taxes that are funding untold conflicts around the world. Yep. Hello, Ukraine just comes to mind off the top of my head. It's like, are we guilty because we pay our taxes of funding military operations around the world?
You're trying to make logical sense out of anything, and it just nothing. That's the problem now, is rules do not apply to anything.
No, they apply. Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing that makes any sense anymore.
But then there are absurd rules that apply to only you and me, because we are the powerful. We don't.
Love is
seriously,
love.
If you're paying off a terrorist, I'm sorry. How much did Obama and now Biden send to a terrorist-run nation of Iran? I mean, we could do this all day. So
on a pallet.
On a pallet on a tarmac. Here's your cash money. I'll never trace it, but I don't like it. I don't like it.
See? Now you're going to get pissed off.
I'm pissed. I'm already there, and I'm hungry. I've been hangry for an hour and a half, by the way. Let's see here.
Teresa says logic doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't. Right. I mean, that's your answer to everything. Everything that seems absurd, that's your answer. Logic doesn't apply.
Minnesota Dave says this is all in the Bible. Big bananas in the Bible.
Oh, I got it. We need chapter and verse, bro. Let's go. All right, we'll wait for the banana.
Bible. I'm not saying it's not
the
there.
Chiquita.
I don't remember.
It's in Chiquita 4.
All right.
I think, Mr. 5 times August, you have a dog or two, right?
Yeah, I think he might be. And I've got one dog. He's somewhere around here.
I mean, we don't deserve dogs. I think everybody that
owns
dogs are the best.
Butt again?
Yeah, I want to see your cat's butt while we're talking about dogs. Yeah, but dogs are so special. They're so sweet. And did you hear about the guy in Oregon that ran off an embankment and got stranded in the woods? And his he had 4 dogs with him, I think it was, and one of them ran back 4 miles to the group that he had been with. I forget how it all worked out, but basically it was Lassie coming to say that he fell in the well, and he ran 4 miles to get help. That's pretty awesome. I don't know if y'all saw that, but
see, a cat would not do that.
Cat would not. A cat would be like, "I'm going to eat you, just waiting for you to die, bro.
Waiting for you to die. I'm going to eat your face."
And before you die, while you're laying there starving, unable to move, you're going to see my butthole.
Arrogant.
He doesn't mean it, Doc Kitty. He doesn't mean it.
Oh, he means it. Let's see here. I have one more story for you. I find this is going to be fun when this thing gets built. Oklahoma City, ladies and gentlemen, plans are underway to construct a building that will end up being the tallest building in the United States of America, standing at 1,907 feet. For perspective, the Freedom Tower, where the World Trade Center once stood, that is 1,776 feet. So 1776, now we're going up to 1907 in Oklahoma. That is awesome. I can't wait for this thing.
You're going to be able to see that thing from miles driving in.
Yeah.
Like, there it is. It's 300 miles away.
It's very phallic.
The first one to see the whatever it's called tower in Oklahoma City. You win a prize. But Dad, we're in Nebraska. Yeah, I know. We're about to see it over the horizon.
You'll see it.
It's like a giant penis.
In fact, okay, hold on a second. While you're talking about phallic symbols, I got to tell you, in Lincoln, Nebraska, the state capital, Google that, Brad. Look for state capital, Lincoln, Nebraska, because there's a rule, or at least there used to be an ordinance, where you couldn't build a building in Lincoln that was above, 4 stories or whatever, because they didn't want to diminish the size of the penis of the prairie, which you will find when you do your little Google search. Please don't Google penis on the prairie. Look for the Nebraska state capital, and when you find a good picture, put it up. But that's what it's going to look like. The Oklahoma.
Wait a minute. What am I looking for? Nebraska state capital? What? Lincoln,
Nebraska. Yeah, whatever. Just look up the building.
Oh, okay.
And you'll see what it looks like. This is going to be more impressive. This one here, if I can get this picture to show up here, stand by for news. And boom, look at that, huh? Look at that thing. And that picture, by the way, you're right. That was taken from Nebraska, actually. No. There you go.
What? Why would you?
Why what?
Why? I just.
Because you want.
What is it gonna? What's the purpose of the building?
It's gonna be. Oh my gosh! Listen to this. It'll include. Hold on a second. It'll include 2 apartment buildings, low-income housing, garages, a high-grade hotel with 480 rooms and 85 condos, set 22 stories above the parking and retail space below. I don't know. Whatever. So there you go.
Is the low income in a building like that? Is the low income going to be the top levels because it takes 30 minutes to take the elevator down?
Do you know there's Section 8 housing in Key West?
Wow.
Like close to the beach. We walked through it one time. It's like, wait.
Wow.
There's a problem here.
I think every American city has to have that, right? Pretty sure.
So it's 57 feet. Why was I looking this up?
Hold on a second. Hold on. Before you do the picture there.
I don't have a picture.
Shout out to the city of Fort Worth, because they put their Section 8 housing on the edge of their city limits, and it's fun. Let's see here. Hold on a second. Let's see. Nebraska state.
The maximum height of the buildings and structures shall be 57 feet, or National Geodetic Survey elevation 1247 feet, whichever is lower.
Oh, that's good. I know that's.
What was I looking for?
You don't need to worry about a thing. I got you covered. I got you covered, baby. Hang on.
Oh,
here we go.
That.
The penis of the prairie, the Nebraska state capital. There it is.
I just hit images. Thank you. Okay, there it is. You're right. That does remarkably look. Yeah, it sure does.
Okay, so 5 times August. When is the new tune? Do we have a release date for the new single coming out here? And what was the name of it? One more time, please.
June 27th. Liars, Cheats, and Crooks.
Okay. All right. Well, the next time I invite you on the podcast, and it's this close to a release date, then tell me to buzz off. Say, no, how about you wait 2 weeks and I'll join you, because then I'll have something out there to promote. Anyway, make sure that you please send that to me so that I can get it in the pipeline for Pat Gray Unleashed. And I'd also like to retweet that, because you do great work. It's all your stuff is so catchy, man. And so follow him at hang on a second. You know what happened when I put that banner up so that you could see him? Your handles went away at 5 times August.
And it does that thing again.
He does a thing again, so you can't see him,
done.
right?
So weird.
So at 5 times August, and follow all the stuff he does. There's some great tweets in addition to the great musical content. And at Real Brad Staggs, you can follow him there on Twitter. And also, don't forget, I can never find your banner there. Hey, does that still work for the dailymojo.com? You have a store there where you sell
but
all stuff?
we haven't been concentrating on the merch lately because we're doing other stuff, but yes, you can, I mean, yeah.
But the dailymojo.com also has a listen live link for your morning show.
And watch a lot, and a watch link too. I mean, you can watch right there on the front page.
Do you ever disrobe during your shows for people? I'm trying to get more clicks for you.
As a matter of fact, I'm not wearing pants as we speak.
Well, and on that note, I'm going to wish everyone a great weekend. I appreciate you guys making time. Truly, and thanks to everybody that's tuned in for this. Please tell your friends. Click on the little bell over at the YouTube channel so that you get notified when there's new stuff. YouTube.com/@the-mic. Now I think you have to put the little @ sign. YouTube.com/@the-mic, as you can see right there. And also, I've started the Thursday live stream as well. So 2 p.m. Eastern every Thursday and Friday. I hope you will join us right here. Gentlemen, I appreciate your time so much. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will drag you back onto this live stream soon enough. Thanks for going Mach 30 to get home in time to do this, Brad Staggs.
I wanted to meet Brad.
Oh, well, then it worked out, and
it did. It's not stalking if you really want to meet him.
Wow.
Right. All right. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you all later.